What's up, everybody? It's time for my seasonal retrospect. We're going to be looking over the spring 2021 and some of winter 2021 shows that I was watching during the season. And yeah, it was pretty darn good, and I'm also excited to see what's to come here next as well, this current season. But I'm gonna just go here, running through my anime list to kind of rerun, make sure I don't miss any of the shows that I ended up watching, and kind of give my quick thoughts about what I've been able to see. So the first thing that's on here is My Hero Academia, the fifth season. So far, this mug has started off very well. Starting off kind of with the test between Class A and B, the hero course, and I thought that was really cool. To just kind of see where they're at, how they develop their powers, and now they're getting ready to go into more of the work study stuff with the second half of this this part of the story, and it just kind of seeing the powers developing between everyone, especially with Midoriya. So I think that's really dope. And the next one I have to talk about here is going to be Vivi Fluoride Eyes. Favorite show of the series, the season. I know there's been a lot of shows that have been talked about and how great they are, but this one here in particular, what happened to be one of the ones that I was able to watch, and I loved every minute of this. Like, after every episode, I was like, oh, I can't wait for the next episode. I just can't wait. The animation in it, the action in it, the storyline itself, just to see like all the different singularity events would be. It was a fun, crazy ride, and I loved every second of it. Highly recommend that junk. Combatants will be dispatched. I thought this show was hilarious, a little stupid, but still hilarious nonetheless. But I heard that this was also by the creators of Konosuba, so I guess it's kind of the comedy that's kind of expected of them. But I had a fun time with it. Very fun show with that one. The final season of Fruits Basket. As a person who never finished the original and never read the manga, very happy with how they readapted everything. Like this here, it was amazing. This story was absolutely fantastic. Just a lot of emotions, a lot of feelings, dealing with the way the relationships are all interwoven together, and just how the curse is finally broken. It was a fantastic series, and I would say anybody who loves just a great love story and human drama, I'd say like about growing up and making choices about your future, taking control of your own destiny. I'd say check out Fruits Basket. This remake is absolutely stellar, and I've loved every second of it, and I did watch it dubbed, and I loved it. I thought it acted very well. I ended up watching the first half of the second season of Reincarnated as a Slime, since on Funimation, which is what I use to watch most of my anime, it finally released the dub during the spring season, so I got to watch it, and it was really cool. I did hear some mixed feelings about it, about how the events kind of went forth, but in my case, I loved just seeing more of the politics between the kingdoms be formed, and then just to see all the different things that happened due to some of the rules that were set down for the village, and how things are gonna shape out in the future. I'm really curious, especially since some allies seem to have become enemies. So I'm really curious. But like to me, the animation, like the fights, are really cool. There's just to see how they play with it politically as well was really really fun. So I'm excited to see what part 2 of season 2 will be like. The next one we'll end up talking about here is going to end up being Full Dive. This show was another really dumb isekai kind of show, but I still enjoyed seeing just how far they were gonna go with it, because the whole premise is how this Full Dive VR MMO RPG thing is way too realistic, and so it's a fantasy setting with barely anything that's actually fantasy, and just to see how this dude barely manages to get through living in this game was quite a fun experience, despite it definitely not being one of the better shows of the season, but it was entertaining nonetheless. Now, Nomad Megalobox 2. This sequel was another standout for me of the season. It was definitely a lot darker than the original Megalobox, and just the story that they were able to tell with Chief, and then later on with Mac, was very very nice, and how they parallel that with Joe's journey as well. It was just very well done. The whole drama aspect that they were able to add to the story is exactly what they needed to make it a sequel. Since the main show before was just strictly about the sport underdog story kind of thing. So they add the life, like the real life issues that end up coming after maybe becoming a champion, was great to be able to see here in this sequel. Next show we're going to end up talking about here is going to be the Saint's power is omnipotent. This show was it was cute. It was cute, a cute little fantasy shoujo kind of show, and just kind of seeing how she dealt with being summoned and becoming the more powerful hero for, or saint for the kingdom was interesting, and just learning how their magic system worked and all that was really cool. And although they kind of end it with the power is love, even though it kind of ends with that, it was still kind of fun and cute to see the relationships grow between the characters, including the romantic one that slowly developed. But yeah, Mars Red was another show we ended up checking out, and this one was pretty cool. I liked it. The atmosphere was really cool. I really liked a lot of the music of it. The story itself was interesting, though there were some times where I thought it was just kind of weird, and I was like, don't know where exactly it's wanting to go. But overall, I still thought it was a pretty enjoyable show. Just could have been a little bit better. But the putting the vampires in a historical setting like this was very interesting, and seeing how things turned out. SSSS Dynazenon was another show that I quite enjoyed. It was a really fun ride, the same as Gridman was. but a completely totally different kind of story, but still dealing with a lot of different types of relationships and getting to whether it be familial or romantic, somewhat romantic friendships. And it was very interesting. And then you just get that classic old school big monster of the week kind of action in it. That was kind of fun to watch. So that was a fun little ride. What else we have here? Na, 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 na. The World Ends With You. So this was interesting to watch because I kind of knew about them, some of the characters due to Kingdom Hearts Dream Drop Distance. So is where my first encountered these characters. So I never got to know about the game, but to see it kind of presented in this manner was kind of cool, especially how that coincides with the new game coming out here soon. So it was interesting to see how it was going to be developed, but it definitely seems like it's a kind of aimed towards a younger audience. But it was still kind of cool. The animation takes some getting used to, especially with a lot of the 3D elements, like the 3D monsters. But if you can get past that, it was an alright show. And Blue Reflection Ray. This show was very interesting. It started off really strong, just kind of like with the whole magical girl dealing with feelings and becoming a person who protects people's feelings, and the story that they were crafting was very interesting, and to find out some of the twists of like how things changed from that very first scene was very, very cool. But it is not quite over yet so far, though I think that it's interesting, and I'm curious what's going to happen after this huge event ended up happening, that one of the main bad guys was always trying to lead everyone to. But yeah, I'm curious to see how it's going to keep going, but I really do like the animation and the relationships that are developed between the main characters so far. So nice stuff. What else? Is there anything else? So for continuing series, there's definitely Black Clover. Been continuing to watch that. It's still like a lot of training and getting prepared for what they're gonna do when they go against the Spade Kingdom, but it's still been pretty entertaining, though there has been a couple of recap episodes that have made it a little bit annoying to come across, but so far it's still seeming pretty cool. And being able to one of the highlights though was the episode dedicated to the battle between all the captains. That was really cool to see how good each captain is, and that I liked that whole episode. Was really cool. But we're getting closer and closer. It seems like they're almost to the point where they're finally gonna have them go against the Spade Kingdom. Like, we actually got to see inside the Spade Kingdom for like a hot moment. So I'm excited to see what's gonna come of that. Quintessential Quintuplets. The second season for that ended up showing on Funimation during the spring, because they were doing the dub, and I thought it was pretty interesting. It was a different way to look at it. They were definitely way more upfront about their wanting to express their feelings towards Uesugi, and I thought that was pretty interesting to see how each of them did their best to express themselves in their own way, and it was cute. It was cute and enjoyable. That's all I got for that. Anything else before we talk about what we're watching now? Which, I mean, to be honest, I'm just starting. So there's not much that I could say about what's playing now, since most of them still haven't quite started for me yet. Um, but I could talk about ones that I know I want to watch or I'm looking forward to watching. So yeah, so second part of second season, I already mentioned I really want to look forward to that. The new season of Kobayashi Dragon Maid, I want to see that. Um, let's see what else is here on this list. I got to watch the first episode of the case study of Vanitas or Vanitas. I'm not sure which way it's pronounced right now because I forgot how it was mentioned in the show. But the very first episode was very interesting. I thought, like, going into it that I wasn't gonna end up liking it because based off the promotional poster for it, I was like, oh, is this going to be based around this girl or something? And it definitely was not. And it seems like the story of the two main vampires are going to be a very interesting story to follow, hopefully. Um, let's see what else we got here. Sunny Boy. I'm waiting. I'm looking forward to seeing that. I got to see the first episode when they put it up, when Funimation put it up on YouTube, and I thought, whoa, this is going to be a very interesting show. So I'm looking forward to see how that develops, since they're kind of like in a totally different dimension and people have developed powers, and just kind of like seeing how these young adults, these young high schoolers kind of figure out how to deal with the whole situation is going to be cool. Tell me what you guys thought of the last season. What are some of your favorite shows? I know Odd Taxi is something that I need to watch. I know that's one that I definitely want to see. I want to see what the I killed like 500 slimes one was like. These are ones I'm gonna have to go back to check out. The Nagatoro-san, I want to see if that was actually any good. 86, I want to see if that was actually any good. Tokyo Revengers. What else? Oh, I'm currently watching the How Not to Summon the Demon Lord, since that's actually being dubbed right now. So I watched the first 2 episodes of that, and that was pretty cool so far. I want to see Zombieland Saga Revenge. I need to see that because the first season was so dope. I might go back to check out the Battle Athletes restart thing, but I just didn't want to watch it while it was airing. So I'm gonna see what it's like in later. But yeah, I want to know what you guys thought of the season. Please tell me down below if you liked this. You can end up hitting the like button. You can also subscribe for more reviews and reactions. And also, if you're feeling generous, just so you know, I do have a Patreon. If you like to help me to continue to make this content, you can go ahead and donate there, and you'll get some extra content that I create, and also some behind the scenes of how I create my own original material. But until next time, that is all. So much love. Peace. Peace.